Episode 42, what you gonna do?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. This is a TNT show, and we're coming at you live.
Okay.
Unless
No,
you're
I
not
can't tell.
on YouTube.
I can't tell with this
Yeah.
voice, and I love it.
Yeah.
I think it has a little bit of let's see.
Yeah. What?
It got a little bit of Rick and Morty vibe, you know?
Yeah, I can see
Kinda-
that
kinda
little
thing.
alien guy walking around.
Poop a butthole or
Poop-
something.
Oh man, I got the
Yeah,
poopiest
see?
butthole.
It got a little bit of poop butthole mixed with I'm gonna say Flavor Flav.
Yeah, boy.
See, it's Flavor Flav and poopy butthole, man.
I got a poopy butthole and a big old
Clock.
I got a grandfather clock around my neck.
You want to step up the insanity? That's
I'm
the next
12
level.
feet tall.
Yeah. I like this guy.
I'm a mountain of a man. Man,
Oh,
mountain.
it also reminds me of another childhood memory. Or
Another
the first- since we're speaking on the Space Jam guy, when the long, lanky one.
Oh,
You remember
okay, yeah. I can
If
see
you
that.
can picture that voice. Well, he was like the short little one. He was,
Okay,
he's
yeah.
like the short, lanky one.
Yeah, for sure.
Nah, man, come over here with that. It's like very high pitched and it's a little bit of a mixture of all of them.
Yeah. But what do we got to drink on today?
Oh, we're drinking on some Trulies.
Truly
Truly.
hard seltzer.
Hard seltzer.
It's not just hard seltzer.
With a hint of lime.
It's
We're
truly
drinking the lime one.
Okay. So we'll take a sip of this real quick and see what we can get off of it.
Yeah, see if we can get off with it.
Now, see, this is all right. This is almost has like a 7-Up kind of flavor to it.
Yeah.
At first, when the smell hit me, it was definitely a lot more lime than I'd like.
Yeah,
I'm not a
it's-
huge
it's
fan of lime.
Exactly. Yeah, it tastes like lime.
Which yeah, this is
But
fine.
it's not lime flavored. It tastes
Yeah.
like lime. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So while we're getting started here, like let's what we're smoking on today. We're smoking on some nice purple weed today.
Some purples.
Some poipes.
I like that.
And I'm pretty excited about that. It'll be good.
Is it now? Since there's a granddaddy perp, I think there should be the whole family. Should be a daddy perp, grand sister.
Oh, grand sister.
That's a thing.
I don't think that's real.
You know the grand sister thing?
Grand sister? No.
Let's see.
Toby, that's not a real thing.
So it'd be like your grand aunt.
Where's my Rick and Morty rolling tray, bruh?
I think it'd be your grand aunt's great grandkid.
Yeah.
Would that still be your cousin? Because I think that's
Yes.
a grand sister.
Yeah. Where's a rolling tray?
Because they have different. No, that you have
You're not listening
different
to me.
grandparents. Cousins have the same grandparents, so that would be a grand sister. That's what I'm calling that.
Okay.
When your grandparents are different, but they were in the same family. So you have the
Okay.
same great grandparents.
So
you don't have the same grandparents.
they're grand sister and brother to each other. They're not
yeah.
your grand sister because your grand sister would have to be because
It-
you're a
it'd probably
grandpa.
It'd probably be called like a second or third cousin. Or
Yeah.
something, but we can't just keep put numbers on cousins and keep making up words. Like, come on, be original. It's your grand sister.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna ask you one more time. Where's our rolling tray?
Man, I don't know.
It's your house.
Well, it's probably in there. What you
Okay.
need? You want a book? We can't
I
move
need-
those books.
Yeah, I need something. I need some sort of tablet. I'm not gonna use your phone.
That's what people do.
Well, I'm not people.
Who are you then?
Do I just use our art?
Art. Okay.
I'm going-
for the people.
I'm
the
going
few
to
people
be
watching.
rolling weed on a painting that I painted.
Feels good.
It is called Nexus of the Realms.
You looked back there like it had the name on the back of it.
And it doesn't. See, that's acting.
That's acting.
That's acting.
I thought you were gonna be like, and it's $1,500.
$15,000. There's an extra zero.
Yeah. If you'll notice, we got Todd Barry up in the room now.
Yeah, we have a new friend. His
and
name
he's
is
an
Todd.
actual bear.
He's an
Stuffed
actual
bear.
bear.
Actual stuffed bear.
He's an actual real life bear.
Yeah.
He's a real
Say
bear.
hello, Todd.
Hi, Todd.
He's sick.
Wow, so this is just ready to be stuffed.
Yeah, it's got a little stuffer in there for you too.
Do I pull out this
It'd
first
be
thing?
No. Are you talking about the filter?
the white thing at the top here.
Let's see.
Which one's the filter and which one's the not?
The green. Wait.
Green is for go, white is for no.
That is weird.
Right? You can't tell
no,
which is which.
I would say the band, right,
Yeah.
is your filter. So
Okay.
pull out that green shit. That may just be there to keep it formed. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know
And
the
with
smoke
instructions. Okay.
This is
Don't
like finding
smoke
a little
your
map.
instructions, kids.
Okay, I get it.
No, I would love if they had some kind of special contest like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are some what king palm. What kind of leaf are they? It says on the back. See that can
Hold on. I have to leave this in first, and then pack it down on it.
what?
You leave this little corn husk at the bottom.
That's your filter.
You leave the corn husk in?
Yeah,
Okay, weirdo.
that's what filters out all of the tars,
All right.
the Tarzan in it.
All the Tarzans.
Now,
So
what they did make a new Tarzan, didn't they recently?
yeah, a
Like
while
few
back it
years
had
ago?
Alexander Skarsgård and
Was it a live action thing, too?
Margot Robbie. Yeah, but I don't think Disney had anything to do with it, or maybe they did, and no one went and saw it.
Oh, it was just Tarzan, the story of Tarzan.
Well, no, it was actually supposed to be like after a certain point. So he's been,
Assimilated.
yeah, he's already been assimilated, and then he has to go back to the jungle,
Yeah. Oh, okay. To save one of his monkey family.
or his lady. I don't remember, Jane.
I like George of the Jungle better.
Georges of
ever.
the Jungles.
The Tarzan.
Yeah, well, Brendan Fraser's our dude.
Oh yeah. No, we
Straight
talk
up.
about him too much. Probably it comes up somehow.
Brendan-
That's one that we didn't mention the other day. I feel like
The Mummy was just such a big part of my childhood. So today we're talking about, childhood memories, just things we remember from childhood, and also some of our favorite Disney films. Just because those are kind of up in your.
was George of the Jungle Disney?
Yeah.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
I believe so.
Felt like it was.
But it's
Oh,
weird
that
for
was
them to have
classic.
both, isn't it?
And Tarzan. And it's like how they both can exist in the same. Well, they don't really worry about the universe. Each
Not back
individual
then.
movie-
No, they didn't give a shit about universes back then.
Yeah. I wonder if that's going to become more and more of a thing with film companies. Like,
Intertwining movies. Oh yeah, everybody's trying to copy the Marvel formula.
so, I
now.
mean, even imagine like rom-coms, and they run into the same
I Love You Man
places.
takes place in the same universe
Yeah.
as
Oh, that's a rom-com too. It's a bro rom-com. What do you call that? Bromcom.
Bromcom.
But
Prime time for the Bromcom, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, it'd be weird. Just like you see couples, you're like, wait, weren't they the couple that met in Serendipity? Like,
Yeah.
It's something they're just
And
getting
yes.
coffee. It's like
Oh shit, we gotta plug real quick. Yeah,
plug,
if you're new here, please subscribe. If you're not new here, what's up? If you're on the podcast app, give us a 5-star review and maybe leave us some nice words of encouragement. You can follow us on Instagram at Toby and Davey. You spell the and. You can follow us on Twitter at T D AVVY, and then you can also follow us at the same thing on Facebook. And if you want to email us some shit, that's tobyanddavey@gmail.com. Spell the and.
yeah, throw us some topics,
Yeah.
because obviously we just make topics up off the top of our head.
Yeah, we like
at
we
the
were
last
gonna
minute
do
sometimes.
another all improv episode, and Toby was like, "Well, what about childhood memories?" And I was like, "Well, what about fucking Disney movies, since that's what's going on right now. The Lion King
Yeah.
just came out, and Aladdin like a month and a half ago or some shit." So
I thought when you were saying the Twitter thing, I thought you were gonna be like, so you can find us on Twitter at TWITTR.
Yeah. Twitter.
If you ever heard of it, Google it. Google that's GOOGLE.
GLE. Yep. .com. Not .net or .gov. You're gonna go to the wrong place if that's what you type in. So we've got some purple weed inside a green leafy blunt.
Oh,
Look
we
at how
never told
pretty
what it
that
was.
shit is.
So it's a king palm hand-rolled leaf, and that leaf is made. Yeah, it has that natural corn husk. It's very good. Let's see, from the flowering tree of the Cordia
The Cordia.
family, originating from Singapore, rainforest, bomb.
We sail tonight for Singapore.
So weird that we don't smoke many other leaves, do we? Just makes you think. Because they don't get you high.
Yeah. Do you like the Tom Waits that dropped on you?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I
I didn't get any
respected it.
acknowledgement, and there's no one out there to acknowledge me. So
Yeah, I got it.
So to start off, when you think of childhood memories, Toby, when that phrase is thrown toward your face,
It did.
what?
It did get thrown.
Yes. So what do you think about?
I don't know. Well, the first thing I think about,
Mm-hmm.
my first childhood memory that comes to mind is, which I don't know if I've told this one on the podcast or not, about when I drank gas.
Oh, you're gonna hear a lot of fucked up things from Toby's childhood memories.
Yeah.
This is gonna be less a walk down memory lane for you,
Well, all the
and
good
more of
ones,
just like a list of reasons why Toby should probably be in a mental institution
just slowly but
or
surely.
dead.
Yeah. Well, that one I remember. It's 4th of July, and my family was using rocket fuel for something. I can't remember what it was, but it was one of the. They had little. I think my brother had these little rockets that you'd fill up or something, and you'd blast off something like that.
Blast
they had
off, bro. That's all you had to
Yeah.
hear. You were
I was like,
blast off. Yeah.
I'm in. I was super young too. It's like probably 6 or something like that. Definitely 6 to 8. But okay, so that's not super young. I was walking. I was running. Making mischief and shit. But
Obviously,
it was in a Coke 2-liter.
look at those
It was
shifty
in a
eyes.
Coca-Cola 2-liter.
Yeah.
That they were using it out of, and it was.
Did it look
separate.
like Coca-Cola?
Yeah, it was dark. Well, it was dark outside, and it was a dark thing. And I just took it up and chugged a bunch of it because I was like running and tired. And
So
it
why
was
not
rocket fuel
refuel
stuff, whatever.
with a Coca-Cola?
Yeah, it was there. I saw a bottle. I grabbed it, chugged it, and really all I remember after that
Like the
was
whole
like,
bottle, Toby?
No. I mean, I would have noticed after like a few gulps, but I think I took some gulps.
So you were like,
Wait, this isn't right. Yeah. Am I sure that this isn't? Coke kind of tastes like rocket fuel anyway, but
because Toby's what? It kind of tastes like rocket fuel. I know what rocket fuel tastes like.
I do.
Well, now, but for you to say that in the moment is crazy.
Yeah. I already knew before this. This is the second time I drank rocket fuel.
Yeah.
But
Now
I'm-
it's for the
now
third
rocket fuel, when I
time.
say rocket fuel, I'm not talking about big guys. It's probably like some kind of fuel that they use for little rockets. Probably gas.
Little baby rockets. Yeah.
But I chugged it, and all I remember is like my mom calling the doctor and me sitting on the counter in the kitchen, and like they were telling me they made this like weird mixture of like milk and all this shit to make me puke. They dropped something in milk. I can't remember exactly, but it was supposed to make me puke and get it out of my system. And like I remember like being on the floor in my kitchen. That's a weird memory. Being on the floor like in pain and like feeling the cold from the ground of the kitchen. It's like one of my first memories, baby. Like it's hard to remember past or before this point. Like I have very few, and all those are traumatic as well.
Yeah.
But so that's what all my childhood memories are. It's hard to remember the good things because they probably just blended in to like, and they don't stick with you. The good things don't stick with you like the traumatic shit does.
Well, because it's traumatic. I think that's the key word right there is that it's traumatic.
But why can't there be a positive trauma? Like why can't some? Well, I guess.
Well, there is.
First time
It's like
you had sex or something.
Yeah,
I
well, that
guess,
is a
like-
positive trauma.
Yeah,
Especially for the woman.
it sticks with you.
Um,
Whoa, why especially for the woman?
well, because they usually end up bleeding after you break their hymen.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the first time.
Then
for
it's usually
you,
more
it's
painful
bad
for
the
women.
woman. I'm like, well, what if it's not her first?
Well, it's usually pretty bad.
See, I don't think I've ever had sex with a virgin. Maybe. I don't know. That's a weird thought.
Nah.
I'm pretty because my first wasn't, and then the girl I did date that was virgin, we didn't end up fucking.
Yeah.
So I feel like I don't know. I don't think so.
I never
The
slept
only
with any
chance
virgins.
I had to sleep with a virgin was when I was a virgin, and I just went right up to the pro.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know how to do this and put this.
I lost my virginity when I was I think a few days before my 14th birthday, in public at the mall.
In public? What do you mean in public?
Like,
how public?
Very
Not
just
in
like
the bathroom.
on the
You mean, like,
floor.
outside?
So in Northgate Mall, there used to be this this like showroom of this one artist's paintings.
Yeah.
Like, so
Was it Thomas Kincaid?
it was the Thomas
I
Kincaid
remember that
gallery.
Because he put the lights in the painting. It's a cheap gimmick, but it is cool.
Yeah.
That's
So that's
because
where
there was little areas you could go into. Davey.
that's in the very back one is where I lost my virginity, and it did
That's
not.
so funny. I feel like a lame ass kid when I walked in there. I was like, "Oh, these are awesome!" With the lights coming through the paintings, you're just getting pushed.
Well, no, it wasn't. It wasn't like that. So it was. We. I can't believe I'm saying this.
It's a childhood memories.
Yeah, I guess. So
This leaf tastes actually pretty good.
it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So we were in the very back one, and so it was very awkward. So I laid flat on
It was
the
like
ground.
a big one, wasn't it? It was like a big.
It's slightly bigger,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
So it was. I laid completely flat on the ground like a board.
Yeah. You didn't know what to do.
Right,
It
I was just
like,
laying there, and then she stood over me and straddled me, and we were going for maybe 30, 45 seconds before a grandmother and
Oh
her
my
two
God.
grandchildren walked
That's
back,
pretty traumatic.
and all I remember is the grandma looking down at us, and then her realizing what happened, her covering the two grandchildren's eyes,
Oh, really?
and turning around and booking it out
Yeah.
of there, and
And then you pulled up real quick.
absolutely, and was
'Cause, I mean,
gone.
the security guard's coming.
Yeah,
after
I
that.
was gone.
You know, she ran straight to the security guard.
Yeah,
I go buy a new shirt and hat or something. They're like,
but yeah, that was when I lost
did you
my
steal
virginity.
a lot when you were that age? I got into stealing for a second.
Yeah, I mean, I used to steal. I
That's
stole.
so funny.
I used to steal candy.
Yeah.
You know, little things that I could just put in my pocket.
Still, my favorite transition ever. That's not the word I'm trying to think of, but my favorite transition ever in a comedy bit was, so who likes to steal?
Yeah.
It was just so good. And then someone was, yeah, like, damn. But yeah, I think like I would, like we'd have different things. We tuck, like, I remember stealing from like Hot Topic and
What'd
a lot
you
of
steal
shirt
from
places.
Hot
Well,
Top?
shirts.
How would you
like
steal shirts?
Band shirts and stuff like that. Stick them in my pants.
Oh,
I'd
okay.
roll them up real tight and stick them in my pants and pull the other shirt.
It's such a
over and
small
walk out.
store. How were you? Were you just
Well, I
like
just,
rolling
like,
them up
now-
real quick?
Yeah,
down in there?
Just tuck them in. I just stole a lot of shirts, pot shirts and band shirts.
Okay.
From there, because they had cool t-shirts.
Yeah.
But
Some of the coolest T-shirts in the biz.
yeah. But and then sometimes you'd put it over something in a changing room if it was a more expensive place to put it over something, then put your other shirt over it.
Okay, and
And
be like,
walk
no,
out.
these didn't work
Well,
for
yeah,
me.
you come out with the 5 out of 6 or something,
Yeah.
and no one's watching you at that, but you just leave them on a hanger,
Yeah.
like no one was back there really counting that shit,
Right.
And then I'd have some friends that would do this, that would actually put the clothes they were wearing back on the things. I thought that was stupid as hell.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be going through and it's like, we don't even sell this. And then that'll make them look at the cameras. And then, you know what I'm saying?
And
It's
then
like,
you're caught.
that's more obvious
Yeah.
than just like...
Something just disappearing.
Because, I mean, fucking any place that caters to tweens and teenagers,
Yeah.
their inventory has like 8 things missing a day.
Right.
Definitely. It's just
You're gonna
like,
you have to account for that.
Mhm.
You have
and
to
so
account
that's
for
not as
theft.
big of a deal.
But every store has insurance.
for daily loss for
Well, like theft.
yeah.
It's like you just filed that it was stolen, and they're like,
Yeah.
"All right, dope. Here's the
and
cash
they don't
for
care.
that."
They're and they let you back in. I was still in the same place all the time.
Yeah. We've just got one of
Spencer's
those
had some good
forgettable
shirts.
faces.
Too. Yeah, fuck you. I about said some bad shit.
It's for comedy, Toby. It's not supposed to be taken seriously.
About to hit you.
About to hit me.
Yeah. Spencer's has some good shirts too.
Yeah.
A lot of pot shirts.
Last time I was in Canada, I went to a Spencer's. Oh.
That's a good cough burp.
I don't even think Spencer's exist here anymore.
Oh, really?
I've only seen them up in Canada since we've been going there. And it's weird. There's like a lot of weird bad lingerie and kind of sex toy things.
Yeah.
And that was
funny sex games and toys, and it's not like for the pro. It's like more for people buying it for bachelorette parties and shit like that. And it's like, oh, look at this dildo.
You want to go for pro? You go to the Hustler shop in fucking New Orleans.
You know what I mean? It's like they're not meant to be put inside you. I bet a lot of the things they're Chinese plastic with a bunch of chemicals.
Don't you do that. Don't you put that penis candy in there. Stop it. But if you want to go full pro,
edible underwear, shit like that. Yeah,
you want to go full pro. You go to the Hustler Superstore in New Orleans.
Yeah,
I
remember going there.
Yeah,
that's nasty.
Yeah. It's weird when the Hustler store is the cleanest store in the French Quarter.
Oh, because they have to be.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's venereal diseases around.
They're like, as soon as you walk out, there they are.
Yeah.
Just.
Yeah, you know how often they have to clean that carpet upstairs?
But,
where's the comeback?
Yeah. It's super weird to have somebody walk up to you and be like, so can I help you you and your wife shop for a sex toy?
Yeah.
Nah, bro, we got this. It's very self-explanatory.
I'd be like, tell me what you have.
Now, what do you prefer?
I'm just really getting into this. I'm excited.
Now, what
that guy they're scared of? Because that guy they're like, oh shit, I don't think I want. He's like, I'm just really excited.
Now, which bacon lube do you suggest?
Yeah.
Which one tastes the smokiest?
Yeah. It's like, now should I add something to the? Because I really like a smoky puss.
I like bacon and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So,
on the bottom, peanut butter jelly on the bottom, bacon on the top.
Yes. So, can you give me that flavor and texture on my mouth while eating vagina?
And texture. That's where we're going to come into the problem here. I can definitely give you the taste. I've got the essential oils that we can drip right now. I will show you where to put them. But that texture, what we're going to have to do, you know what? I think I'm going to work something up for you real quick. You know what I got? Here. Bacon bits. Bacon bits, you still get the texture.
Yes.
All right. And then whole wheat bread.
It's for you to lap it up with.
Yeah, just lap it up. Get all those juices. Fold it into a little taco.
But you can't do that because you're fucking up the ecosystem of your lady's pussy.
Then you got all this, well, you got yeast. Just laying there.
That's what I'm saying.
You lick it up. You make sure that you get every little piece. Don't miss a piece of bacon.
Or else you're going to have to come in with the comeback. And that's not a good time.
This is horrible.
This is not good podcasting.
Childhood memory.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm entertained. That's what this is really for.
It's not for anybody else but us. Never has been, never will be. We're very selfish.
How far up does this corn husk go is my question.
I think to the black line.
Did it go? It didn't go above it? I can't tell.
I'm not holding it, Toby. I don't know.
You packed it, though.
I did.
And pushed it
I
in.
really did. Packed the hell out of it.
I guess I'll know when I start tasting corn husks.
Yep. So, another childhood memory. What? How did you lose your virginity, Toby?
I told you it was to a pro.
Okay.
Not a prostitute. Wait, hold on. Go back.
Yeah,
I think
not
everybody
a
thought I was saying that up until now. I just realized.
If you want to go
totally,
pro.
Yeah. No, it was a girl my age. She just wasn't a virgin.
Right.
And she had slept with some of my friends, and I was like, she know what to do.
Oh,
I'm gonna go in and step in, because I was dating a girl that was unexperienced, and I was like, I kind of didn't want to go in the awkward route because I had almost been there, and I was like, no, let's double down and see what this hoe is about. and so that's how I came into it. It's like she's like, nah, do this. No, I was like, oh shit, okay.
Oh shit.
So
all right.
I didn't have that awkward one because she was already.
Do you really need my leg up there like that? Okay, you're the pro.
Oh, she made me her acrobat that night.
I was doing tumbles. I was doing flips and shit.
Like a pseudoplex. That's Aurora's foot.
Oh, she's scratching. Thought that was somebody pounding on your dough.
That'd
Just
be a
not
lot of
giving
pounds.
up.
Yeah, no, that's something to run towards. Yeah, that's always scary when you hear those deep knocks, and then it's your dog's leg.
I got a deep knock.
So yeah, those are our virginities. Great childhood stories. Here.
Oh yeah. Let's see here. Let's get into this. What kind of toys did you enjoy playing with as a kid?
Hustler toys.
So what type of butt plug did you start out with?
Yeah.
See, me, I started with one you could blow up.
Oh, you stick in the loose balloon. You have a friend come over. You're like, whoa, too much, pull back.
Yeah, just let it out.
Making little. Yeah.
Okay, fun.
That's a great childhood memory.
That's comedy.
Yeah. Now that's how you get the heroin in there.
That's really how you get it. You blow
get
it
a
up.
whole ounce in there if you do it that way.
That's true.
You don't have to break the sphincter.
No, you don't break the sphincter.
You just put it in, blow it up, stick it in.
Now see, my approach is to never even worry about the sphincter and just blow it out.
Yeah,
because it's
that's fun.
Yeah,
you know? And that way,
once it's blown, it's blown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, what's the worst that can happen if you're a drug mule and you bust all that heroin inside of you? You have a great fucking way
out. You're done.
Yeah,
I mean, like you're just gonna
of fun until it's not.
Yeah, and then you'll just there will be no crazy point to where you're like, I don't know if I can handle this.
Yeah,
you'll just go to sleep and die. Yeah. You will be lulled into just such a sweet death.
So worst case scenario, like if you're about to get caught by the cops with some heroin up your butt, stick a little needle up there too, bust that bubble. And just let it go.
So it's like
just move around, wiggle it around.
They're gonna be like, "Why are you shimmying and twerking at me?"
Fuck you. Oh yeah, you can just do some twerking. It's like I can't help this. Like past 3 p.m. I start twerking. It's my job.
Uncontrollably, involuntarily twerking. Involuntary twerk.
No, what was that?
And so back to my question. What kind of toys did you play with?
No, I had that line a couple weeks ago. It's like, she been tripping too long. Shake her ass napping. Like she's sleeping and just doesn't. That's just funny. Yeah, what type of toys? Child toys.
Like, yeah, actually.
I'm pretty sure I had like some Disney shit.
All right.
Like I had like probably a Woody.
Okay.
I don't know if I got.
Are we just like sticking to like the sexual double entendres here?
I'm
pretty sure I had a Woody. You know what I'm saying? It's like Toby's like side eyeing the camera.
No, I wish that was on purpose. I had a Buzz and a Woody.
Okay.
Yes,
oh my God.
That's what it's all for. But yeah. Let's see. Toys. Definitely had some. You remember, when I was real young, I had some building block things that were pretty tight. Like,
Are you talking about like the giant plastic blocks?
I had some big ones when I was real young.
Yeah.
You step up, do some Lego shit. And once I got into Legos, I transferred. Remember, they had some Bionics or whatever.
The Bionics, yeah. I loved putting models together. I never got into Legos.
Models. I like the Legos.
I was an action figure kid.
Okay.
I had just like giant toy box full of like action figures and like accessories and shit.
Yeah. See, I would be terrible with action figures because we'd have what we call war, and it was like a lot of people on my street and my brother.
So you'd go into each other's house. Let me just tell you what I think you're saying.
Just tell me what you think it is.
So what I think it is that you run into each other's houses and try to find their toys and destroy each other's toys.
Shit. No,
because you're like war, and it's like everybody meets in the middle of the street.
Oh, that'd be tight.
And you pick out the richest kid, and then like you run into his house while he's running into your house. But there's strategy to it.
to hide your toys.
You have to hide your
way.
toys in a certain way and in an innocuous way, to where they don't know where they are. But if you know where the rich kids' toys are, you go in there. And when I envision you killing the toys, it's like you've got them strapped to tiny toy chairs, and you're like torturing them because you're still a kid. You're still playing with the toys.
Yeah.
But it's war.
Yeah.
So you're like waterboarding. Fucking Buzz Lightyear.
I like that. Very close. A lot stupider.
Yeah. Okay. What I said is a lot stupider than what actually it was, because that would have been really insulting.
Why?
You'd have been like, yeah, it wasn't like that. That's stupider.
Yeah, I wish I talked.
Ours is actually a lot more intelligent form of war.
No, it's the exact opposite. It's a less intelligent somehow from that stupid ass shit you just said. But it's okay. So we set up in my basement.
Yeah.
We'd set up a middle ground, and we'd like move all the couches and the chairs. And it was a big basement, and tables. We turn them sideways and shit, and like set up little barriers and bunkers. And I had the barrel of weapons, which had like the swords and the guns and shit like that in it. And then we had all the little toys, which we would just use as like grenade, like, just say shit like that, and like fuck each other up, like. And then we'd have to call truces because we run out of little stuff and start like throwing shit we shouldn't be throwing. And it's like bazooka, throw a chair. So it's like fuck your cousin up in the head, and then we get in trouble. And
y'all play so
we
hard.
War a lot. But that's why we had the barrel of weapons, because when you get on close range, then you bring out the swords and the guns, and start killing.
Good God,
that was a murderous game. That was decently young too. That's probably.
I love it though.
8, 9, 10.
That's great. I was never that reckless with myself as a kid. Like me and
looking back, that's probably not a normal. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like when I was
action figures, I'd throw at my cousins. Gonna try to hurt their eyes.
Yeah. So I had a much more rich interior life.
Yeah.
I didn't have a whole lot of friends.
You enjoyed your toys.
I've never had a whole lot of friends. Like the most friends I've ever had at one time was like our big group of friends.
Yeah.
And even then you see where we are now.
Yeah.
It's like me and
They're
you.
Still my friends.
There's still a few out there. Yeah, for sure.
Friends in my head.
Yeah. But I've always had just like one or two really close friends.
Oh yeah, like you talk to my mom, and he's like, he was just alone in the basement throwing stuff at the wall. That's fucked up. No, that would be funny. Like what? I remember everyone there. Oh shit. No, but you
what?
Like the action? No, I was talking about me, my war game. Like I was alone in the basement the whole time. And I was just insane little kid.
Yeah, it's like you never had any cousins, Toby.
Yeah. My family's been dead for years. I just laughed at that.
Yeah. Wow.
But it was in context.
Yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke. So yeah, I was a lonely kid. I was a lonely little fat kid. Lonely little fat kid living in the neighborhood. I had like 2 friends in the neighborhood for a time. And so we would go over to each other's houses. One of my best friends was really poor. So I'd go over to his house because we could do stuff. Cause his mom was divorced and
just didn't watch you guys.
No, not at all. She was always like, I know she was on like pills, so she would be like passed out on the couch
that's
a lot.
I had some friends like that too. The one that their parents were fucked up. Yeah, and they let you do fucked up things. Yeah, those are where I bought my cigarettes and shit that I would
That's
sell
where
at school
we would steal a couple of his mom's cigarettes, and because he had access to the creek in his backyard, so we just walked down the bank and right in his backyard down into the creek and pretend and like try to smoke cigarettes under a bridge. And I say try because when you're a kid, you don't know the aspect of like inhaling something into your lungs. Yeah, you're just like puffing on it. Yeah, because both my parents smoked, but I would never take any of their cigarettes because I know they fucking counted those motherfuckers. Yeah, like there was because my parents weren't on pills. Yeah, my parents weren't on pills, so there's not like I smoked it and forgot. I only smoked 2 out of this pack. Where the fuck did the third one go? Yeah. And it's like, oh well, I don't know. Maybe it fell out.
What kind kind of stogies were they?
Marlboro Lights.
Okay.
Yeah. My dad smoked Reds for the longest time, and my mom smoked Lights.
But the ones you stole.
The ones we stole from Lights. Marlboro Lights.
That was just what was popping.
Yeah. Well, no, I think both my parents smoked Marlboro Lights, and they we had so many jars of those Marlboro Bucks, and we had the Marlboro goddamn vest and jackets.
The leather jacket.
I think we had the leather jacket.
That's like the top tier.
Yeah, sure. I think there was the leather jacket. We had the flannels. We had the vests.
They start giving you bikes and cars and shit after that.
it was a lot. It'd be funny if you saw a video of the person that won the truck, and they just they're yeah, and it's some super skinny, fucking emaciated redneck dude.
Damn.
No, I'm gonna stop smoking cigarettes eventually, but
yeah, I try to vape sometimes.
Yeah. Right now I'm stressed, and I'm gonna handle one thing at a time. When I get to the next stage of my life and I'm a little bit more successful, then I'll stop.
I know what you mean. I've said that for a long time because I use them. I have to have them when I'm stressed, and then therefore, when I'm not stressed, I just do it anyway because I'm in the habit of it. You know what I mean? Right now, there's no reason that if I was in a good situation, why I wouldn't be smoking.
And first off, let's just say we don't condone smoking cigarettes or any harmful. Anything harmful. Do not do anything harmful to your bodies. Just because we have and we're accustomed to something does not mean that you should take after it or do anything like it.
There's a reason the classics are the classics.
Yeah, there's a reason that they work and are endorsed.
Yeah, and test chemicals won't be test chemicals once they're a classic. So just wait until it's fleshed out.
I don't think that term will go away for them though.
But no, they won't be a test chemical anymore. The kinks have been worked out.
Right. I'm just saying the way to in a way of referring to it. I don't think the
original,
it's a test chemical.
Like I suppose. But once 2CI isn't 2CI and it's the next level of it and the kinks have been worked out, it will have a different name.
Yeah.
Right? And it won't be test chemical anymore.
Okay.
That's what I think.
So who was your favorite Transformer?
I was not a Transformer
Beast Wars?
fan. I just like Bumblebee because, Yellow Diamonds.
Okay. He's referencing his own rap.
To no one, yeah.
No one, no.
That no one's heard that.
Nope.
But that's what I do. Because it's in my own mind. I'm having
That's what
fun.
I do. That's what Cushing does. You understand me? Do you understand me?
I do not want to be the third. That Ricky Henderson. What Ricky Henderson does was best for Ricky Henderson. All the Ricky Hendersons out in the world. They do the best they can do for their own Ricky Henderson selves.
Ricky Henderson. Okay, so you like Bumblebee. Who is your favorite Dragon Ball Z character? Because I watched a lot of Dragon Ball Z. I remember the first. Do you remember the first time you saw Dragon Ball Z?
Weird shit. I'm either classic. Wait, do we count different levels of Super Saiyan? Mm-hmm. Okay, so
absolutely. They're like different characters.
What's the blue level? I like blue. The Rose or whatever. The new one's
the new one.
Cool.
No, let's go classic.
Cool.
I don't.
Blue. Fucking.
We're talking childhood. Who was your go-to when you were a kid?
I don't know. I didn't get into Dragon Ball until late.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like what age?
I don't know. It wasn't childhood though.
Okay.
I got into it I started smoking weed and doing all that shit early, but it was way after that.
Okay.
It was after I started getting real high and being oh, this shit cool.
I was way into Dragon Ball Z at 8 or 9. Yeah.
See, I was doing Pokemon.
No, I was all about Pokemon too. Yeah. The trading cards.
Yeah.
Doing all that shit.
I was obsessive with Pokemon during that period.
Yeah.
Do you remember Tamagotchis? I had one of those. I killed it.
I couldn't do it, yeah. The first one I got, I tried and I would
overfeed it so it'd shit real bit. And then it just dies.
Toby wants those fat Tamagotchi shits. You live to shit and you will die.
What you want to play? Here's some food.
Did you play a lot of Mario Party as a kid?
Not Mario Party.
You were the most boring kid. What are you doing? What did you do as a kid other than hurt yourself and others?
As a kid, what did I do?
Yeah, what?
I had a lot of project ideas. I was working on a lot of stuff. I had some friends. We would You
Yeah.
know, like we'd play on the trampoline all the time.
Hell yeah.
I was
Trampoline
a fucking
jumping.
evil person on the trampoline.
You
just
drop
talking
kick
about that.
motherfuckers
No,
off,
I
wouldn't
double
you?
bounce.
You
What I do.
asshole. You piece of
dude,
shit.
I would get it so good. I would be like, it's you and me. Like we're jumping so high together, and like like,
and then
I'd
just like,
trick them, like go and then watch them fly. And our trampoline was right next to this like built up wall barrier that went down to the lower area of the ground.
Yeah.
I like would break some legs.
I just
throwing them off of there.
I imagine in my head, your friend is going up in slow motion at the point you've decided to stay and double him.
And like that.
They're like,
that's a good thing. No one's done that.
They're like the slow motion.
We have to do that skill. Like,
why would you?
Down?
Yeah, and Toby is just no. It's got to be like a straight, just like straight-eyed smile, like I'm,
oh god,
because like you're jumping and having fun, and then the music turns, and then it's slow motion perspective of the kid looking down at Toby, who's like looking up, dead-eyed, slight smile, and then it's just like the look,
the Omen face.
Yeah, then it's a close up on the other kid's face of just this look of betrayal.
Yeah.
Why could you?
Yeah.
How could
and
you
I'd get
do
them
this
at angles,
to me?
You know, I'd know when they were jumping at a certain place and get them at an angle, hop them over that thing because it was the furthest drop.
Yeah.
I got in trouble one time
That's
for fucking
fucked.
my friend up. And I was like, I had a mob talk with him because he was younger than me. I was like, don't you tell you love don't you tell him you did this by yourself. You jumped off. He told his mom. He hurt himself.
You were that kid.
Oh my god. Dude, and
is that because your brother did that to you? Is that where you learned it?
I don't know.
Cuz
maybe when I was real young.
Because my brother used to beat the shit out of me, and he would just be like, just laugh it off. And if you tell mom,
he was 10 years older. He was like out.
Oh, say okay.
Girls and stuff.
Well, see, my brother was just 5 years older, so I guess that's the difference.
And so he was out, dude. I'd make up games for the whole gang though too, and I'd write out really drawn out, really descriptive games with really specific rules. That
and he's like, I fucking told you the rules. Yeah. You're not following the rules, dude, Donald.
No, I would make it in my favor.
Of course.
And I would change the rules if they didn't work. Dude, that was so manipulative. It's so fucking weird. But yeah, I would play these really, because I like the intricate games. We'd use lawn darts in one, but again, we'd throw them at each other like that. And so there's always some violence, and there's always some intricate ideas and treasure finding. I'd hide stuff around before the game. I'd set up.
Yeah.
And then, but again, if something went wrong and I got pissed, I'd be like, well, no, that rule is only, relevant in this case. Like, I'd make a case for myself. But I was always a project thing. I'd always be trying to make inventions and songs and like shit like that. I was trying to make something. But, when I was a kid, I just didn't know how to, I was a little more evil. I was evil. Not evil. I just had too much energy, I think.
You had too much energy. You were too intelligent for your own good.
Yeah, and I hadn't found anything to calm me down. I've killed a lot of brain cells over the years. I might have been hit.
See, yeah.
Like, I think I've dumbed myself down to where I can be a
ride,
good person.
Yeah. I used to ride bikes a lot.
Because there's no, like, the intelligent leads you to believe that there's no reason to treat people like you because they're not. Right. And it leads you to become sociopathic and like look down on people because they're not on your level. And I feel like that if it was really like if I found Spark at like 12, oh my god, I would have been a horrible like I definitely would be a ruler. You would have been
that's why I go back to our theory that one of us is the devil and one of us is Jesus. Yeah. Or the second coming. One of us is the Antichrist and one of us is the second coming. I feel more like
Jesus now because I'm trying to be a good person.
Yeah, you just try to be a good person. You try to be calm.
Yeah.
But maybe that's everybody. Maybe everybody starts out
I killed that part of me slowly but surely with drugs and alcohol. Okay. And I've tamed it down. Even daily it's hard to tame sometimes because I want to get violent. But I think that's my biggest help is like keeping... Because I'm just laughing now. I'm just having fun now. Right. That I've, And I think over the years I've killed enough brain cells to where it's like... I don't even know if I want to spend the time on that. It's like... I feel like... just like with the alien thing, it's like maybe they reached out and then it just wasn't for me. You know what I mean? It's like I kind of gave up. I was like, I don't want to spend all that time learning physics and shit.
Toby, you will be a prophet of the Lord.
Can I just rap about guns?
I mean, I guess, but
bye. Yeah. I mean, I just want to have. Yeah,
this is a
now
very
I'm down.
generous offer.
Oh, now I'm Bane. No, it was Bane all of a sudden, dude. Like I thought
I was Bane the whole time.
Yeah, I was doing a regular alien voice.
You've been fooled, Batman.
Yeah. No, well, Batman would be working with him at that point.
What?
They're teaming up.
Me and Batman are friends. Whoa, we're fucking.
Right there, Batman.
Oh, yes, Batman.
Now, doing commentaries for anime porn, that's got to be pretty fun.
As Bane?
Yeah. Or, you know?
Yeah, Bane, you can come too.
But I can't do a Marge.
Why would you try?
Yeah, just out of nowhere. I was like, oh, I've never done
in
that
in Toby's head, it's like,
maybe I can do it.
This is just somebody special. Go for it.
Yeah. No. And that
I've never thought I could do a Marge, but I mean, hell.
I'm doing it. Let's start throwing out there.
That's fun. Toby's out here trying new things. Who says that old dogs can't learn new tricks?
Yeah. I think everyone says that. Yeah.
Let's see here.
It's hard.
Well, what were some of your favorite shows growing up? What'd you watch on a Saturday morning?
Saturday morning. I remember liking some All That. We talked about that.
Yeah, that's more of like a SNCC thing. Saturday night Nickelodeon.
Yeah, Saturday morning.
Like you'd get up and it's Saturday morning. You don't got school.
I'm writing murder poems to my mom.
Jesus fucking Christ!
God.
I'd just wake up and eat cereal, dog.
Dude, that's another fucked up. Now that we're into fucked up memories, that one's one I feel real bad about.
I keep trying to steer us away.
Okay, let's skip that.
It's like
that one
okay. I wish we had like I wish we had a fucking crew here. Like I'm acting like this is such a big space. I'm just looking right at the wall past the
Jimmy,
past the lights.
Grab something from that table for me.
Yeah.
No, I don't like provolone.
Whip out the gaffer's tape. No, this is a very small room. Just so like we could cut back between when I'm trying to save us and like it's just like it's blue and the music's light and just whimsical, and then it cuts to you and it's like dark red death metal. It's like well, when I was a kid I'd wake up on a Saturday morning and I'd watch some cartoons.
What you watch then? Yeah.
So there was I'd watch. So like I always had my shows I'd watch after school every day. I'd always watch Power Rangers. I'd always watch Dragon Ball Z. I'd always catch Sailor Moon waiting for Dragon Ball Z to come on right after school. Because it was on right after I got home from school, and Dragon Ball Z came on right after it. So, like, I'd be chilling trying to finish my homework during Sailor Moon and, like, just, like, half-assedly paying attention, waiting for Dragon Ball Z. And then Dragon Ball Z would come on, and I fucking loved that show through and through. That was a huge part of my childhood. That and Power Rangers.
What are some
of the biggest things?
What are some funny shows from around that time?
Oh, I love Louis Anderson had a cartoon. And then there was the Bobby's World. Loved Bobby's World.
I vaguely remember that little bite. He's riding a trike.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Big Bad Beetleborgs.
I don't know.
No, you don't know that one. It was like Power Rangers, but there was just 3 of them. And their suits were like shiny metallic, and they had like beetle horns. They were the Beetleborgs.
Yeah.
Beetle cyborgs, I guess, but they weren't cybernetic.
Now I remember.
And they lived in a haunted house with monsters, like old school monsters. One of them was like an Elvis ghost. It was weird. Okay. It was super fucking weird. There was like a mummy and a wolf man, and these 3 teenage kids went into this haunted house. And because like these are Japanese shows, all those like the Power Rangers, what was his name? It was they called Kamen Rider. and he was like a Power Ranger with a bug face that drove a motorcycle, and it was basically the same thing. So it's like all these Japanese shows that they appropriate over here. They get American teenagers and film these other scenes to coincide with the Japanese footage of the fighting. So they had the idea to make this show take place with these 3 kids in this haunted house full of monsters.
Yeah.
Where the fuck does that come from? Drugs and alcohol.
Have saved my life.
So that was a weird one. That was an interesting one. There was one that was also another. It was like I think Scottish Power Rangers. Basically, it was the Knights of Tir na Nog, and I don't know why I remember that.
Yeah.
Fuck. What else? There was. What were some other ones? Of course, you had like the Full House. You had the Carl Winslow.
When I finally did sit down to watch TV, I watched a lot of old shows too. Like I remember watching like Leave It to Beaver, and like shit from the 80s and stuff like that when I was a kid.
Different strokes.
Yeah.
Facts of life.
Just some shit. Yeah, some shit on TV Land.
You are a fucking sociopath. Toby likes to plot wars and write death notes and watch black and white television programs.
When I was a child, like it was like Power Rangers, and it was like I don't really remember watching that.
But Leave It to Beaver. It's like what?
That is weird.
Like you were a kid in the 90s, man. That's like some quality children's programming.
Yeah, but I didn't watch that until I was older.
But what about all the Nickelodeon shows?
Weed and shit.
I
watched those later.
Like all that you watched later?
Yeah,
fucking
even that a little bit later. Like,
oh my God, Clarissa Explains It All.
I kind of remember that name.
Doug.
Hey
Arnold.
All these things were later. Like I didn't collect these things until they were off air.
How did you have the time?
You know?
How did you have the time to watch all those things? The angriest of beavers, man.
I don't know.
Beaver fever? What is wrong with you?
I also watch war movies with my dad.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I like the old TV shows though.
Fucking milk toast.
Like fucking Gilligan Islands.
Gilly's Isle, you know? Yeah, I mean, I used to watch all that shit with my dad. I had an old dad, so he, I had to watch all that stuff. I watched The Simpsons and Seinfeld that's fucked up, Toby. That's fucked up, man. That's not a real kid thing to do.
But I also listened to Ludacris and fucking Jay-Z.
Was that from your brother?
The time that I was spending, I wouldn't be watching TV. I'd be listening to radio and CDs that my brother had. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Eminem,
and doing
Jay-Z.
What? Writing death notes?
Or just listening and I don't know.
Staring at a wall and like,
watching Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah.
Jay-Z and Leave It to Beaver. Like that's just my life, man.
Then I turn you into the chick from fucking Get Out in my head. Toby's just like sitting on a bed eating like in a sweater vest. Eating cereal and milk separately.
Yeah, I loved Eminem's violent shit when I was really
I used to like my brother, he listened to Eminem, so I got to listen to that stuff. I watched a lot of movies as a kid, watched a lot of I guess this is a good way to segue into the second half. Watched a lot of Disney movies as a kid. I loved going over to my grandma's house because she had the Disney Channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. A lot of fond memories sitting at my grandma's house. She would always give us, she would make me like grilled cheese, tomato soup, a chocolate malt, and I'd watch the Disney Channel. Shit was those were good weekends over at grandma's house.
That's what I imagine a little kid.
Yeah.
So happy.
Yeah, dude, that was dope. Weekends at grandma's was dope. Shout out if you guys had good weekends with grandmas. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, grandma with the cookies. Shout out, she dead. I love you.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to grandma.
That's sweet. That's sweet, Toby.
What that like? Didn't you just hand me one? I
feel like I did. Let's see here. What else What else? Yeah. So Disney movies. I loved. We're not gonna get to the good ones yet. The two winners, but let's each name our top 5, but starting at 5 and then holding out at number 1.
Holding out at number 1.
So we're gonna talk about our number 1s. Yeah.
Do our 1 through
Yeah.
4. I mean,
So we'll each choose our 5, and then we'll go down it like that.
Okay.
So what's your 5? You're like you go no.
It's like, wait, I have to
yeah. So that's that.
See, I can guess what my 5th one would be, but I don't know. I have to start the other way. Vamp for me.
Okay, so we're talking like we're gonna stick to when we were kids. So 90s, the 90s into the early 2000s was when we were kids. So that's when Disney's still doing hand-drawn animation movies, getting into the more computer-generated stuff, but not quite there yet. So within that time, you've got Hercules, you've got fucking, what about the ones that you would have just seen? Mulan, yeah. Around then you would have had the Tarzans, you would have had Little Mermaid, Lion King, Aladdin. Let's see. The other ones you would have grown up with were the Jungle Book, Robin Hood, Cinderella, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty.
So I'm gonna go
Atlantis.
Oh fuck.
Treasure Planet. That's getting up more into the early 2000s.
Give me a sec. So I got Bump, and then I got Bump, and then I got Bump. And then I'm going to throw Bump. I'm going to throw Atlantis.
Atlantis is your number 5 because it's good. Atlantis was good.
It's not in the same area as those other ones.
No.
So it's kind of cheating, I suppose. And I'm probably forgetting one that was a classic that was important, but yeah, I'm going to start there.
Oh, Aristocats is also another one.
Yeah, that's off the window. Aristocats number 5.
Okay.
No, once you mention that, it's like, yeah, that's probably one of the ones.
Everybody
that's so good.
wants to be
I kind of
a
want to
cat.
move it up on its list, honestly.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna throw Hercules at number 5.
See, that was gonna. I was leaning towards that as number 5 because I love. I love all these soundtracks. All these soundtracks are really dear to my heart for the most part. Fuck you. You love it. You love it when we're driving to work.
God, how many times have I heard that goddamn lobster song?
Dude. But so I'm gonna say my number 5. Oh, and my wife would hate me if I didn't do this. Beauty and the Beast is one of them as well. But I would. Oh, and the Hunchback. Forgot about the Hunchback.
Yeah, I don't like those as much.
I'm not a huge fan, but I'm gonna go ahead and put. Oh shit. I liked Beauty and the Beast, but I don't know if I can put it in my top 5.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to go with. Shit. Little Mermaid, just for the soundtrack.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Davey.
Yeah.
Didn't expect it from you.
Yeah.
You're always wearing some almost pastel-y kind of. You look like coral right now.
What does that have to do with anything? What does my wardrobe have to do with anything right now?
You just look like some Under the Sea.
Oh, thank you.
Under the Sea.
This is my Wildberry Pop-Tart outfit to me.
Oh, okay. I like that. That's hot. Like a Wildberry Pop-Tart. Take a bite.
But I just came out the toaster.
Okay, so your number 5 was fucking Little Mermaid. Sorry, I'm being like.
Just for the soundtrack, because that soundtrack is ridiculous.
Yeah. All right, so I'm throwing.
What's your number 5?
What should I decide on the 5th? Hercules, and then number 4 is gonna be. I'm gonna throw Jungle Book.
Okay.
Number 4.
That one was pretty important to you.
Yeah. No, I like the Jungle Book.
No, see if
No, wait. Was Space Jam a Disney movie?
No.
Okay. we're good then. I have to remake my whole list. That's number 1 now.
It's Warner Brothers.
Okay.
No, so you good. I almost want to throw a wild card. I almost want to take off. No, so I'm taking off Little Mermaid, and as a wild card, I'm throwing in Who Framed Roger Rabbit as my number 5.
Fuck you. You can't throw new ones in there like that. Now,
dude, you have the same. You have the same mental capacity. No. There's Disney characters in it.
Yeah,
there are Disney characters in Toontown.
But are we counting that? Are we counting Who Framed Roger?
Does it have to?
That's a WB. Production.
There's also Warner Brothers characters.
I'm not
in it.
counting that.
Okay, fine. So fine. Back to the Little Mermaid. Cool. So what's your number 4? Did you say already?
Jungle Book.
Jungle Book. Okay. And is that for the
monkey song?
The monkey song. I knew it. Yeah. That's Louis Prima. He's awesome. Yeah.
Good reference.
Let's see here. My number 4. I'll have to go Hercules on that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Hercules. If not for just the song Go the Distance.
Yeah.
That's a great song. And then the opening song, the soul song. Love that.
Oh, is Emperor's New Groove a Disney movie?
It fucking is, Toby.
Damn it.
Strike the record. I'm dropping Little Mermaid.
Yeah, like I'm gonna have to rethink too. I'm gonna have to reorder some shit because I think it's really okay. So we're just gonna jump ahead. It's really important because we're just gonna throw it out there. So Lion King, I'm deciding where it is on my list because that was a really fucking important movie to me. And I was gonna put it number 2.
Yeah.
Now, if we're thinking about overall lifetime rewatchable,
you're right.
Are we thinking about influential in our childhood?
We're considering
because Emperor's New Groove would definitely be on there, but it would beat Lion King as far as
and The Road to El Dorado, I think.
Nah.
No. I don't even think that was them. Maybe
I don't know what that is.
Okay, fair enough. But maybe it was Disney.
Shit, we're just gonna keep thinking of it.
There are just so many.
So yeah, we're gonna go backwards now to get our list. Yours is Lion King.
Yes, my number 1 is The Lion King. Look at me.
So Aladdin.
His is Aladdin. Look at him. Number 2. Tarzan.
I see. I have to put Lion King there.
Yeah.
I think just because of what it did to me.
Right.
And I still you deliberately disobeyed me. That one, and there's a few.
It rings in your head for the rest of your life.
It's imprinted in me so deeply. I can't put it anywhere else. Number 3, I'm gonna throw Emperor's New Groove because we're mixing it up.
Yeah. Well, my 3rd is going to be Aladdin.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you like Tarzan more than Aladdin, motherfucker?
Yeah, I do.
What you like? What, you Jungle Boy?
I'm a Phil Collins boy.
Was it?
No. I was
thinking of that Red songs like Nature Boy.
No, it's yeah, it is. Fuck.
I started you from a hard place.
You did because you got it. You got the Nature Boy thing, but you're singing it in the style of Nothing But Flowers, and it fucks me up because it's like here we stand.
Yeah.
Fuck it. The song you're talking about is Totally Nude. Totally naked, baby, totally nude. Yeah.
I remember. Nature boy, nature man,
me
along.
Yes, there you go.
Something like that.
No, that was it. Spot on, Toby. Perfectly in key and in time.
Yeah,
You're a goddamn genius.
Yeah, thanks. Finally, someone says it.
Finally, the recognition I deserve.
Now, if I said it in a voice like that, you should be scared.
Okay, so my number. 1, Lion King. 2, Tarzan. 3, Aladdin. 4, Hercules. 5. No. 4.
Now I feel like I had to put Beauty and the Beast in there because if we're talking about influential, I'm sure that was like, watching Gaston singing in the,
You're like, I really like this Gaston guy.
Yeah,
I think he's just misunderstood.
He's ballsy. I don't really remember what he was.
You can do push-ups with one arm, man.
Yeah,
it's just
hard.
hard.
It was like, that's what I remember from Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, it's like, I just remember Gaston singing over the fountain and shit. So she's like, I'm not a slut or whatever. Yet.
And he's like, give it up, bitch.
Until you meet a monster. It's like, see what? That's a weird. Not to mention all the weird things that fucking sexist and built into these Disney princess shit. You know,
Yeah.
like,
But no, the women in these movies are getting a lot more empowered.
yes. No, I like the way it's going. But think back to Beauty and the Beast. It's like, what? So you're perfect. Your dream man is a beast. Want someone dangerous and.
Oh no, it's about
violent
changing men. That's why so many women want to change men, because it's like, I want to unlock the prince within you, you rugged beast.
Well, see, so maybe it could be built off of real ideals, but it was.
Well, that and all those ideals are meant to like keep women timid and subservient,
pressing into society.
Right, because like women are people, and they're the reason that we get to procreate. So
it's more than that.
Well, no, like that's like a sacred thing that like women get to bring life into the world. So and so it's weird for them to be subservient in any sort of way. Like all relationships are different, you know. There's give and take in every relationship, but for like the entire sex of women to be held down in a certain way is fucked up. For like,
and the princess ideal is like.
Well,
what was put into
it also ingrains into people that they're supposed to be taken care of. Yeah, it's like you're a princess. You're special. You just find a man that'll take care of you. On the other side, it taught little boys they're always supposed to be gallant and do whatever, no matter how they react. Keep pursuing. You know what I mean? So right.
In this, like,
well,
today,
it kind of fucked us up too, because we try to white knight shit.
If you try to hit on someone and they say no, you're like, move on. Yeah. Not fucking. Stalk them for 10 months, chase after them, and then kill someone in front of them to prove your love.
I brought you this pigeon. Not enough?
I guess you wouldn't give up.
He just kept asking, so I said yes.
Yeah. And it's a weird, I don't know where that has to come from religion. Somewhere. It has to be some. Yeah,
most like parts of like the Bible and the Quran and
just
lots of things. Lots of religious yeah, we don't need to get into that per se.
Disney. This is supposed to be a light episode, and we've been talking about traumatic.
We've just been talking about your childhood.
and yeah.
Toby had a dark past.
We're gonna have a part 2 of this.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because I'll remember some more shit.
Let's see here.
Are we still doing our commentary?
We can. Can we do that tomorrow?
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. So let's talk about why Aladdin is your favorite Disney movie. What did it do for you? What did it give you? Or what did it take from you?
Gotta steal to eat, gotta eat to live. That's something that will probably be tatted on me at some point.
I love that. Can it be your tramp stamp?
No.
Can we get it on an ass cheek?
I'm not gonna have back tattoos.
Really?
I mean, maybe a heel. Not lower back.
Yeah,
tattoos.
dude, that is like the next step. Trashiest is to have words across the top of your back.
I like that shit. Yeah, I like that. Dude, I'm gonna be covered. Dude, my next one. So mentioning Aladdin. Let's get into this. This is a perfect.
You getting the carpet?
Segue. No, I'm getting Alibaba on my chest. We've talked about it before. Getting Alibaba with the sword, and I kind of want to make it into a shoulder piece or something. But see, okay, so why Aladdin was my favorite was because he was the scoundrel that was misunderstood and just trying to take what he wanted. You know, that's why he was so attracted to me as a kid. And then getting older, looking into Alibaba, thinking back on our Deems days, when we had this, it got this mindset in my head. It's like I have a portal to somewhere to where I can, it's just like Alibaba was when he found the Cave of Wonders, right? It's because he didn't tell anybody how he got there or where he got all these jewels from, and he would pay people, and he got his 40 thieves set up. He got his people that would run in and take over the town, and he run this area, and no one knew where he got this power from. And it was just that he found this before anyone else, It's not actually that he was really amazing. He just got to it first or something. And so as an adult, I related more to Alibaba and being like the midway in between the public society and those otherworldly things,
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I want to be too in fucking entertainment, is like bring some of these crazy ideals that I've thought of and seen and experienced to the public view, and not tell them how I got it.
Right.
And still keep the secret. And that's Alibaba. So this all ties in. But the Aladdin just attracted me because he's going after the high risk girl, and like he was
rags to riches.
Yeah. And
going from nothing, making
Prince
yourself
Ali,
something.
Right? Prince Ali is like what I am in my head.
Yeah.
And just like, but I'm really probably just an Aladdin. And if I don't meet a genie, I'll never live out my Prince Ali.
How am I dressed right now, Toby?
Was that a sad moment, or was that? It could have been an inspirational moment.
I am your genie.
Okay.
Look at how I'm dressed, dog.
All right.
This is genie attire.
I get it.
You get it?
It's blue.
You have to be the one that affirms me. Overall, this is a fucking podcast, so people aren't seeing us. So I need you to help me.
After all these things.
I'm just like, and I'm dressed for the part, and you're like, yeah, I can see you. It's like, but the other people can't, Toby. I need you to help affirm me as a real person.
I like it. I liked it. I'm like, I like that. Now I'm aware of it, and it's not funny. But it would have been funny if I was just completely unaware of that fact, of that I keep calling you out for shit I can see.
Yeah, because you're like, yeah, you're a fucking dick, and I'm like, podcasting, and you're like, this is a video format.
I can see.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me what you're wearing. So I'm wearing a hoodie. Duh.
Just let me stop you there. Shut the fuck up. So what else? Let's see. What is your favorite song from the soundtrack?
What? Aladdin?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love the Prince Ali songs.
Oh yeah,
that was great.
It's very klezmer-y.
And then of course the guy still to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise we get along. And he's like dipping. That's probably number one. The Prince Ali 2. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff.
Mine is,
and we haven't,
Friend Like Me. My favorite from the soundtrack is Friend Like Me.
Never had a friend. Never had a friend. Yeah. Both jump to the never ever.
And of course, fucking Don't You Dare Close Your Eyes.
Not even on the list.
Really?
No, I mean, of course.
I just kidnapped this girl.
Why are you shivering? I ask her why you shivering.
It's cold up here, motherfucker. This is 30,000 feet. There's no fucking safety rails on this thing. No seatbelt. What are you doing?
I was doing the kidnap because it's cold in the van.
Yeah. It's real cold in this van. Flying down the freeway.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, so is there anything else you want to say about Aladdin?
No.
Okay. Would you like to ask me some questions about The Lion King? Nah.
No, tell me what you thought about Scar as a child. Because I liked him.
Yeah, for sure. I thought he was. No, let's see here. I always knew that Scar was the bad guy, but there was always something so like I always saw the balance. I always saw that he had to be there.
Because Mufasa was a little bit overbearing and like controlling, trying to take over the family. There's a bad part to him too.
But see, I didn't see that. I saw him as a
but he
patient.
Like didn't trust his brother, and like he's fucked up in the past. But like,
well, what happened? Look what happened. Should he?
What if he
that is not what it was. That is not what it was. Do you even understand Scar's motivations? Look, Scar's motivation was to be king. He wanted to be king.
Yes,
but he was the runt of the litter.
But the only reason he wanted to be king so bad because he was felt inferior to his brother, and if his brother had been an equal to him, I think he would have been fine.
Who you think gave him the scar?
He wouldn't see him as an equal.
challenged. So where it comes from is he challenged Mufasa.
Because fuck him, he was like the better brother or whatever, taking over.
Oh, you think he was the jock brother?
And then the emo
Scar,
kid, you know, like if he had been like, "No, brother, come up, you know, let's be equals." Or I feel like Scar, really. Yeah. Like it'd been like they could have ran together. I think it would have been fine.
But
I think
he still
got that into his head that he has to be king was because of his hatred.
So that part of it though is very, it's pretty true to what lions are like.
Well, okay, if we want to.
Well, no, I mean like that's why it's there. That's why that is in place is because that's what happens. Did you notice that there's only one other male lion and it's Scar?
Oh, okay. All the lionesses around, yeah.
Because the alpha lion, the main male lion in nature.
I'm not sure.
There's not. In nature,
in their little compound, there's no other.
I don't believe so.
They don't go out together.
Well, in that cave, right? It's Mufasa surrounded by a harem of female lions, which is what it's like.
He runs an area, and they all go out together and do some thug shit.
But the only reason Scar's still around, I think, is because he's his brother. Because after he challenged him, like,
and he couldn't get lionesses because he's emo, so he found a bunch of hyenas,
right?
Depressed, pushed out of society.
You think he's fucking those hyenas?
You know, yeah. I mean, you
begrudgingly
do something.
But to me, that movie is just like a lot like my life, and I don't know if that's like through. Well, it's just like. My dad didn't die at that young of an age. My dad is dead. No, but it's
you feel like Simba.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's just like, you know, growing up, I had like my dad was my guy. I was very close to my dad because he basically raised me and my brother because my mom was working. Yeah. So shout out to mom for keeping us afloat. Shout out to dad for fucking raising us a little bit. And The Lion King was the first movie I ever saw in theaters.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy that you saw it in theaters.
I was 2. And so it's just kind of ingrained in me, especially you deliberately disobeyed me.
You remember it from 2?
Yeah.
I remember it.
No, I remember going. That's one of my first memories. Is
2 years old. Damn.
Yeah. I have one memory that's even earlier than that, but I think it's a dream because they say that most people's first memories are a dream. And so I think it's a dream. It's like a memory of me with my grandfather walking through Toys R Us and him buying me a toy. And I don't think that ever happened.
Dude, I remember the first thing I remember, if we're counting dreams, was the witch tooth fairy coming in to hurt me. I remember because I guess my parents told me about the tooth fairy. And that's one of my first memories.
That wasn't a dream.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah. But that's like the first thing, probably like 4 or 5.
Yeah. And
then it was like years after that before I remembered anything, honestly. Like, I can't start remembering, dude, honestly, that's so spotty. It's insanely spotty. Entire years and just throughout my life.
Yeah.
But especially at the beginning, I have no idea. See, 2 sounds insane to me. Because even the dream I remember wasn't that young.
Right.
And that had to be the first thing. And after that, again, it's like skip to like the stuff we were talking about.
Yeah.
You know? And so I don't know. I missed a lot of years throughout the years.
Just Toby on fucking click autopilot.
What if someone like steals your memories that you don't remember? What if they're just out there in the ether and someone like has all these extra memories?
They sneeze and then they're just like, oh.
Yeah. Well, they're out there, and maybe someone that's like can access them really easily, you know.
Okay.
Just has these extra memories that they don't know where they're from.
When they think it's
memories.
They think it's maybe that's where we
maybe
get
that's
these
what dreams are.
No.
Forgotten memories.
No, I think maybe if we're gonna go that route with it, maybe memories of a past life are forgotten memories.
Yeah. Yeah. That would make sense a little bit.
What do we got? So the Lion King's, you know, so I have a lot of like emotional stuff towards the Lion King just because the father and son relationship that's within that, and yeah. So I think Mufasa's dope. But then like the whole thing where
I thought he was overbearing.
I left home at 16, and Simba left home really young and went out and met some hippies and fucking. Nah, he ran out and like where he was living was lush, dog. Where Timon and Pumbaa lived, a fucking oasis in the desert.
Yeah.
With grubs, everything you could eat. So he goes on a grub diet and is getting high as fuck with Timon and Pumbaa. They're getting stoned as fuck, laying on the grass, looking at the fucking stars.
Each other off.
But it was like, there are some parallels within that. I didn't jerk off my friends.
No, I'm just saying. Just saying it was that was what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a commune living, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hakuna Matata.
Kind of.
Don't fucking worry about it, bro.
A little bit. They were kind of crust punk.
Well, yeah, they're eating grubs off the bottom of logs, dog.
Yeah.
We knew people that did that.
And they just run from anyone that has authority.
Or a flashlight. Flashlight, run, bro.
We need to do a real life Timon and Pumbaa. Running from the cops.
Time for that real life Timon and Pumbaa.
Now I'm tired. I'm gonna call it.
You're gonna call it right now. We're not even done talking about the Lion King. We haven't done our second round of plugs. What is your favorite song from the Lion King soundtrack?
I'm still calling it, but Lion King. I like Just Can't Wait to Be King.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's my second. It's my 2.
And my number 2 would be Hakuna. Wait, no. Before Hakuna Matata, it's gonna be.
There's lots of Nazis around me.
Yeah, so that's
the
number
goose
2.
stepping left and right.
And then fucking No Worries.
You won't get a sniff without me.
So the translated version would be No worries. It means no worries.
That was good. Right. Good job. That's real. That's comedy. That's real. That's good humor. That's a good humor bar if I've ever seen one. So my number 1 is Circle of Life, just for the opening.
It's too intense for me.
It's too intense for you. That is where I like to live. That is why Tarzan.
Paul Simon.
Yeah, Paul Simon. That's like why I like Phil Collins. That's why I love the Tarzan soundtrack.
It's theatrical. I will give it that.
Yeah, theatrical, orchestral, jungle.
But it doesn't have the the sexy gay vibe that the Scar song has. He's like always looking over his shoulder. He was,
and that's a big thing
effeminate.
too. Like there were a lot of like,
all the villains are gay.
Yeah, a lot of them were. Yeah.
In a lot of movies, Ursula.
Yeah, both men and women. Yeah, Ursula was a big old bull dyke.
And then Scar, and then Nottingham. That's not.
Yeah. Who's the comedian? Is that James Adomian?
Oh,
it's James Adomian that does that bit about the.
So good.
Yeah.
He is.
Shout out to James Adomian.
Like it's almost like sitting down for a physics lesson for some of his bits.
Yeah, for sure. He's very intelligent.
But yeah, that does come up a lot. It does seem like on top of the like putting down women, simplifying men, and making gay people into the villain.
Yeah, gay people are bad, y'all.
Yeah,
but nah.
And then animals can talk. What was that secret thing? I bet that was something implanted in us and we haven't even realized yet. Like, why could the animals talk? Was it to push some agenda that life is just as important as an animal's life? And
well, that's not a bad agenda.
Kill people.
Oh,
see.
Well, that's always been a thing. You can kill someone if they're trying to kill you, or I mean, you can always just kill somebody, but there are implications to that. So don't just go out and kill people.
There are implications to murder. No, but what was that pushing them? Why was it trying to make us connect with animals, or?
Well, I think it's just trying to connect us to a story in a digestible way in a different format. Because it's basically the Lion King is basically Macbeth. The uncle kills the dad and gets with the mom, and the son runs away, comes back, kills the uncle.
Yeah,
and everything's okay. except that McLion. Come on down to McDonald's and get your McLion McMeth sauce. I'm not McLion.
This was great.
No, Toby, you can't tap out yet.
Yeah, no, you can't not tell me.
It's fine. We do have to call it when we want to call it, even if it's.
It felt great.
It felt good for you, just like popping a pimple.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess this is it. It was fun, you guys. We love you. If you are on YouTube, please subscribe, comment, like, all that jazz. Share it around with your friends and family. Maybe not your family. Depends on if they're cool or not.
Oh yeah.
If they're dope as fuck. Yeah, send it to them. Why not? But if they're stuffy and they're just going to complain.
If you're using it as a prank.
Don't do that. We don't need that kind of heat.
Or bring it.
Yeah, or bring it the fuck on.
I'll yell at your granny.
Yeah, dude. Toby will fight your grandmother in the street, no lie.
Wow. Tell her I said, what's up, bitch?
So next week I'm going to be in North Carolina shooting a short film. So next week we will not have a streamed podcast, but what we will do is tomorrow we're recording a commentary. What are we recording it on?
I'm gonna make Davey watch Uncle Grandpa.
And you're telling me we're watching the entire first season?
Yeah, we're gonna watch the whole season, and I'm probably gonna dose your drink or something.
I don't need that. I don't need that at all. But yeah, so you can look forward to that next week in lieu of a podcast. But we'll be right back on it the next week. And again, if you're on the iTunes or on the podcast app, give us 5 stars, subscribe, download, all that shit.
Yep.
Give us a 5-star review. Give us the 5 stars so we can get to other people, but then say whatever you want in the review. Mm-hmm. Whatever. We challenge you to say whatever you'd like. But just give us the 5 stars. We need that. We'd like other people to listen to it. We're really trying to be, we're trying to come up in the podcast game. You know what I'm saying? We're just trying to get up in there. And there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of podcasts out there. There's even another one that's
making me feel weird.
There's even one that kind of has
hit us up.
Yeah, okay. And you can follow us on Instagram at Toby and Davey. So get up on there. Get on the Instagram. That'll be fun. Get at us on Twitter and Facebook at capital T, capital DAVVY, and send us an email with your thoughts, concerns, questions, topics, stories, whatever.
Yeah, mysteries.
Mysteries. Ooh, give us your mysteries. If you have a mystery in your own life, we will solve it. Yeah. We're now problem solvers.
Flashback to your traumatic life.
We'll read it out. We'll read it out for the world to hear.
No, we'll help you get to that state of mind.
Mm-hmm.
What you need to do is go to 107B.
Yeah, we're therapists now.
And we'll take care of you.
Yes. Twitter, Facebook, done. Gmail, TobyandDavey@gmail.com. Spell the and.
Spell it.
All right. We love you guys very much. We're tapping out. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Ooh, bye.
Bye.